Hi and welcome to this tutorial on Infor Syteline customers form, and today we'll be looking at the codes tab. Okay, so here first we have the print packing slip on invoice. Now here you select this checkbox if you want to print packing slips on invoices for this customer. Otherwise you just clear this checkbox. And you have to know that in the order entry parameters you can define print packing slip on invoices, whereby when you create a new customer record it will automatically have the ability to print the packing slip on invoices. And also you have to make sure that if consolidated invoicing is selected for this customer, the print packing slip on invoice feature is not available. Then you have the one invoice per packing slip. You select this checkbox if you want the system to only include one packing slip number on an invoice. And you clear this checkbox if you want the system to refer multiple packing slip numbers on an invoice. And when you select this checkbox here, you must select in the order invoicing and credit memo, you must select here create from packing slip checkbox in order to print the invoices for this customer. Okay, and then we have the export type. Now you select the export type you want to associate with the customer. So there are three types: direct, indirect, and non-export. Now when you select direct, that means it sells directly to a foreign customer. And if it is indirect, is a tax-free imported materials may be shipped to this customer to be included in a final assembly that is being exported back again to the original country. And if it is a non-export, then the company sells to a local customer and in return issues an export certificate that states that the company will use this product as a raw material or assembly and will sell the finished good to a foreign customer. So again, you have to make sure that to enable this, you go into the inventory parameters. This is the inventory parameter. You have the control tab here, and here track tax-free imported materials should be enabled. Okay, then you have the branch ID here. You enter the branch ID. Now again, to activate this, you need to go to the general parameters form, and in the general parameters form under general tab you need to check this activate EU reporting. Okay, then you have the price code. You select the price code for this customer. The price code is used together with the price matrix table to calculate the item unit prices. Then you have the end user type. You select an end user type for this customer, and end user types are defined in the end user types form. So here you define the end user type and the corresponding accounts. You can for your general in progress, if your cost of goods sold, or COGS in progress. And then you have here the invoice category. The invoice category links a customer record to a specific invoice, credit memo, or a debit memo number sequence. And again, you can create invoice categories under the invoice categories form. And you have to also make sure you have to know that the category is associated with the bill to address. So each bill to address for a customer may have different category assigned. Okay, then you have the include tax in price here. Now, if you want to include tax in the price of items sold to this customer, you can check this. Now, two things you need to make sure. During consolidated invoice generation, the system consolidates only those customer orders with the include tax in price checkbox selected, and if the customers include tax in price checkbox is also have to be selected. And also, when include tax in price is selected, the system does not calculate price breaks and price formulas. Okay, now you have the reseller salesperson here. Now let's say if this customer is also to be a reseller for your company, you have to specify a salesperson ID in this field. Now for that to be in the drop down, if I go to the salesperson's form, this checkbox, this should be checked, portal reseller. So for Bartholomew is checked here, so that's why it's coming in the drop down, portal reseller. And here you have the excise exchange. To use the customs or excise exchange rate when calculating this customer's tax, and this checkbox is only activated when you go to the tax parameters. In the tax parameters, you should have this box checked, 2 exchange rates, for that to be enabled. And then you have the shipment approved approval required. When the shipment approval required field is selected, what happens is the order shipment lines for this customer order are not available for invoicing unless the order shipment approval and posting process is completed. And then you have show in drop down list. This is a checkbox indicates that the customer is available for selection on customer related fields in Syteline. And then also you have the activate for data integration. You select this checkbox to include this record when filtering for the set of records to be replicated and synchronized with another product. But please make sure this field is not used with BOD integrations. Okay, and in our next video we will look into the payment history tab.